Welcome to a brand new video, guys. In this video, I'll be explaining to you guys how I made $5 million in one day. Now, guys, that's a lie. Welcome back to a brand new video, besties. I'm gonna be doing my makeup, okay? And I'll be telling you guys about a time that, a senior got suspended from school and expelled from boarding house because of me. If you guys don't already know, I went to boarding house in Nigeria and I went to a federal government girls' college. Okay, so the boarding house I went to was a girls' only school, and it was in Shagamu, Ogun State, in Nigeria. Finished GSS 3, went home for the long holiday, and you know how like people like talk about school even when we're not on holiday. I was already hearing stories about like a particular senior having it out for me, and I remember like just feeling so confused because I was like, bro, I'm not even problematic. Like, why don't you even have it out for like the problematic girlies and everything? Why me? Like, what have I done? I remember feeling that way, but I was just like, I beg, we'll deal with it when we resume. Oh well, resumption date came. Obviously, and you know how boarding house is, like you have to resume on Sunday. We don't resume on like school day. You resume on Sunday and have your things set up for beginning of school and stuff. So I remember us resuming school on that Sunday. I remember the ride back to school that day. I'm sure my parents would have been wondering that what's wrong with this girl. I remember being so sad and scared. I was just like, God, oh, this senior that they say she has it out for me. I hope she doesn't find me soon. Guys, may I make you aware that I spoke too soon? Immediately, like I dropped my stuff and like, because obviously you know how boarding house is. I feel like I still have some boarding house attitude that has even turned me to like almost looking like I have OCD and stuff. Because in boarding house, when you resume back from holiday, you kind of like arrange all of your stuff, your provisions, your food and everything in one locker that they will give you, like this one small prison looking kind of locker that they used to give us, that we used to fight for. Then, can I have my locker? Can I have my locker? Gosh, can't believe I fought for that rubbish. I resumed, got in my bed. I was just chilling on my bed, and I just started hearing somebody screaming my name. So this senior started screaming my first name and my last name, basically. And in the hostel, then we used to have something called like a lawn. I don't know if you guys know what a lawn is, but I think a lawn is like an open space in the middle of like a building. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we had something like that in my secondary school, right? And this one was like in the middle of the hostel. Like the hostel was really big, this big building that had like upstairs and like a lower bit. Then there was like a lawn in the middle that we used to do like meetings, like we used to do like attendances, things like that. So basically, the senior started screaming my name, come on the lawn, come on the lawn, come on the lawn. Ah, and apparently, she wasn't screaming my name alone. So in my head, I was like, that's new. It's not only me you're calling. Okay, cool. So she calls me and this girl. The name of this girl was Abigail. She was like, went to school together basically. So she started screaming both of our names now. And I had to quickly answer. If you know anything about me in secondary school, I was a freg. Like, I don't know if I said so, but yeah, I'm saying it now. A freg is somebody that is always scared of getting into trouble. I kind of stayed away from trouble, and people didn't really like, involving me in things for that because they know that, Derin, freg, she will tell that kind of person. To be honest, I feel like I was that kind of person. I don't know. Anyway, this senior started calling my name, and I was like, okay, cool. So I just went to the lawn and she basically was just telling me and the other girl. Remember, I told you that she called some other girl. She was basically telling us that, we're gonna be a personal servant. Sorry. Like she was giving us rules and regulation on things that she wanted us to literally start doing for her while we were like in boarding house. Like she gave us some rules and regulations. She was like, in the morning, you do this. When we come back from school, you would do this, you do this, you do that, do this, do this. She was trying to giving us rules and regulation. I mean, I just remember just being like quiet because what will I do? She's my senior. So she was trying giving us like the rules and regulation. And if you went to boarding house, these rules and regulation I'm giving you, they are very like hard to follow, and I'll tell you why in a minute. She gave us these rules and regulations and everything, and she was like that. I don't want to remind you to do it. You make sure you do it every day. Those kind of like vibe. Like she was like, make sure it's done, else I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna punish you. So she was giving us these rules and regulations. Me and this girl, we remember just being dumbfounded, and we're just like, okay. Like as she was saying it, we're like, okay, okay. And I remember being so quiet and just, listening and just making sure that I was taking notes. Because like I told you guys, your girl was a frag. And guys, the way boarding houses is like, it's not like you just wake up in the morning, and you don't have anything to do. You kind of have like some duties that you must do every day that your house mistress would have given you. Okay. So we just came to school that day and we just resumed. It was a Sunday. And that Sunday is always like a full pack event because as we're offloading our stuff, getting ready to like, go back to school mode, um, you know, seniors are calling juniors to start, telling them that you're going to be my personal servant, things like that. At the same time, we're still nervous, waiting for like the list of our duties to come out. Because obviously, you can't just wake up in boarding house and not do anything, right? So we had this list of duties that used to come out for us I think it's every term, or I can't remember how we used to do it, but you had like something that you wake up and do in the morning. Basically, you can't just wake up and just go about your day, right? You know that. So we were like very nervous and hoping that God, I hope our duty is something that like will be very easy to do. Because if not, we're gonna be done for. Because we can't be doing our duty and then everything that this lady wants us to do in the morning. Because I remember me and this girl just being fucking hilariously stressed based on this. So the wait was over. It was time for them to review like the duties that we got. So, and guess what happened? The worst happened because me and this girl ended up having the same duty. And I will never forget that duty. In boarding house, we had toilets and bathroom. So we used to wash the corridor where the toilet and the bathroom is. Basically, that was our duty. I remember wanting to pass out. So I remember getting that duty and I was just like, God, the worst has happened. Because, and some duties in secondary school, then there are duties that you cannot just do on your own. You have to wait for so we had to like wait for the people doing the bathroom and the toilet to finish before we started our duty, and that was already hilariously impossible, right? Like, what are we gonna do? So we started managing to do this thing for this senior. Like, we would wake up. Our duties involved like waking her up in the morning. Guys, imagine you being a fucking alarm for someone. Yeah, the duties involved waking her up in the morning, carrying a bucket of water to the bathroom, waiting for her to finish, setting out her uniform. When she comes back from school, we need to go collect her socks and the top that she wore, make sure that it's washed. And bear in mind that boarding house has timelines. There's time that you must be showering, there's time that you must be out of the hostel. There was so many times that I missed my call because I'm waking up to go and wake up a senior. I'm not waking up to go and do my stuff. We have to start looking for ways to make things better by like waking up extra early, making sure that we have showered, and they will now go and call the senior. Because sometimes when we even go and wake her up, she will not release us immediately. She will still want you to stand, help her with the straight away, carry the bucket. Bro, it was ridiculous. Anyway, we were doing the work, doing everything for her, like waking her up. There's something called siesta time that you must actually be in your bed, like you must be sleeping. It was so hard for us to do that siesta. Me and this girl, like we were so caught up in so many shit because sometimes we're trying to like make sure that there's water in our bucket for the next day. You guys know how boarding house sometimes would have scarcity. There will not be water. It was hilarious. It was like a duty of like a servant, literally. If you've watched any like Roman Empire movie, that's literally what we're doing. On Saturdays, we'll help her losing her hair. Sometimes we'll literally just stand and be fanning this lady. Like, just be fanning her with like a book or something. Literally, that was part of our duties. So, we continued this duty. We're struggling. Like, we couldn't complain to anybody. I think one day, I can't remember to be honest, what triggered the lady, that's Abigail. Because remember, I told you, like, it wasn't just me, so it was two of us. It was me and one Abigail lady. I really cannot remember what triggered her, but I know something triggered something in her, and she was like, "Shit, I can't do this shit anymore." Um, Coupled with all this work we're doing for this senior, bear in mind that there were times that she was punishing us as well. Like, there will be times that she'll just tell us to kneel down. Like, I don't want to say for no reason, but for something silly, she'll just have us kneel down for such a long time. Like, when our mates are like doing things, like after school. Like, you know how boarding house is. After school, is a very structured timing. After school, everybody's running to make sure that there's water in their bucket, running to make sure that they've washed their top before siesta. She would just have us kneel down and we'll just be seeing things happening. And we'll just be like, God, we can't do anything. Like, we'll literally just be kneeling down. So I think this Abigail girl had like, she had enough. She was like, I'm going to report this senior. And I remember just saying, okay, girl, do what you gotta do. I don't know if she told me, to be honest. I don't remember how that panned out. But also in boarding house, okay, like we used to have something called guardian. So guardian is like a teacher that, you know, your parents entrust you into. Like, they mostly will help you, you know, phone your parents, phone home if you want to talk to your parents. If you are like, sometimes we had like some things that they told us in school, information that we had to pass through, you know, to our parents and stuff like that. So your guardian would be like that link between you in boarding house and your parents to be able to reach you. Another problem, I had a very, very stupid guardian. In fact, I don't know where my daddy saw that man. He was a maths teacher, but he was so useless. He was my guardian, so useless that I could not ever report to him what I was going through in boarding house, in hostel. But this Abigail girl, our guardian was, I think she was the headmistress. Yeah, she was the headmistress actually. Of no, she wasn't the headmistress. She was a vice principal. Bro, I can't remember, but she had this really bougie position, right? And this girl just went straight to this lady and just told her that blah 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 blah. This is what has been happening to me, and I can't take it anymore. And I remember the headmistress being so furious, and she was like, "Really? How long has this been going on?" And I think I remember that they sent for me. Obviously, they have to send for me to, like, you know, back the story up and stuff. And me, I just did the needful. I just, you know, she has already sacrificed the senior. I just helped her to put her in a grave. So like, I just like explained everything like that we've been going through and everything, and an investigation started, guys. To be honest, I don't even know what I was expecting, but I don't think I was expecting the outcome that happened, because like I told you guys, I'm a very scared person. So one of my major problems about going to report was like the repercussions of like other seniors in the hostel. I was really worried that like if we report this senior, I feel like it will even be worse, because now we would now have like more seniors 18 on us. It won't even be just, you know, this mad woman. And before I knew it, they were going to suspend this senior from school. Oh my God, I remember being so scared. Jesus. They ended up suspending this senior because I think they suspended her for 2 weeks, and then they told her that she could no longer be in boarding house. Oh my gosh, I felt so bad. And I don't even know why I felt bad. You see, the thing is, I'm too nice. She was in SS3. And you guys know SS3 is like a very important time. She was about to write her senior WAEC, like senior school living certificate and stuff. And that time is very, very delicate in my school. Then I remember they used to do like lessons for them, lessons upon lessons. Like there's like different lessons that they used to do. So I felt bad for her that she couldn't be in school for that. Do you understand? But it wasn't my fault. It was because of her wickedness. But yeah, I still felt bad for her. And I remember other seniors like avoiding us like a plague. This is why I hate turning on like my data when I'm filming. Guys, tell me why my uncle called me and we ended up speaking for like 30 minutes, honestly. Anyways, I've ended up finishing my makeup because I was doing my makeup while I was talking to him, and I didn't even remember that I was filming a video. But yeah, just to finish the story time, the senior got expelled. Sorry, why do I keep saying expelled? She got expelled from boarding house because I think she wasn't allowed to come back to boarding school, because they were like, if you don't know how to act, we don't want to let you around other juniors. So guys, this is the finished look, and thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up, okay? And I'm gonna catch you guys next week. Bye.